Yeah.
Tank is one of the most interesting fighters to watch because he's so different. His style is so different. You know, he's so economical. Like, he puts pressure on guys without throwing too many punches, and then starts to figure holes out. And the way he can explode and move in with one shot, my God.
Yeah, he very explosive. He's very explosive, and you know, man, he be cracking them dudes. Hey, he be putting them to sleep.
Just cracking people.
Don't stop it on me, though. I'm not. How would you get this one, man?
Ain't no jumping out.
When Joe Rogan first laid eyes on Gervonta "Tank" Davis's noticeably stronger, more muscular frame ahead of his clash with Jake Paul, it triggered that unmistakable Rogan reaction, a mix of wide-eyed intrigue and analytical focus. You could almost hear the gears turning as he switched from casual observer to expert commentator, breaking down every visual cue like a scientist examining evidence. His voice carried that signature blend of enthusiasm and inquiry, the kind that pulls listeners right into his thought process. Rogan didn't just see a fighter who hit the gym hard, he saw a deliberate transformation. In his mind, every ounce of added muscle told a story, how it might reshape Davis's timing, his punching torque, and his ability to maintain energy through longer rounds. For Rogan, appearances are never the headline. Performance is. He questioned whether Tank's new bulk would elevate his knockout power without compromising the lightning-fast explosiveness that defines him. That kind of balance fascinates Rogan, the art of gaining strength while preserving precision. From his early take, this wasn't a cosmetic upgrade or a social media flex. It was a strategic evolution, a calculated move by a world-class athlete preparing to face a naturally larger, heavier rival on equal ground.
I'm a giant Gervonta fan. I think that guy is so unusual.
Yeah.
His style's so unusual, and his like patience.
Yes.
Yeah. He finds these openings and he sees them, but he doesn't go after them right away. He waits for the right time. He's so patient.
Right.
Like when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he's like at a world champions that are competing today at the highest level, he probably has the lowest punch count in the early rounds.
Yeah.
Because he just wait, but he also knows he's got that nuclear option that if he can crack you, most likely he's going to take you out. He's got massive confidence.
On his podcast, Joe Rogan didn't waste a second easing into the topic, he jumped right into it. After watching Gervonta "Tank" Davis's latest training clips, Rogan's first reaction said it all. Asterisk, he looks like he's been built in a powerlifting lab. Asterisk, and truthfully, that wasn't far from reality. Davis's frame has undergone a striking transformation. His shoulders now carry that squared, heavy-built look, his traps rise high and tight, and his overall physique gives off the presence of a fighter forged for raw strength rather than just speed. From there, Rogan shifted into analysis mode, the space where he's most at home. He dissected the transformation with his usual blend of curiosity and technical insight, explaining how the added muscle mass might amplify Davis's explosiveness instead of hindering it. Rogan pointed out that greater power through the hips and core could allow Tank to generate more torque and velocity behind every punch, essentially turning each shot into a weapon that lands with sharper precision and heavier impact. To Rogan, this wasn't a simple case of bulking up for the cameras. It was a calculated move, a reflection of a fighter evolving his body to serve a very specific purpose. Every ounce of added size appeared intentional, engineered for balance, explosiveness, and control. In Rogan's eyes, Davis isn't just getting stronger, he's refining his entire physical blueprint to deliver power in its most efficient, devastating form.
It's interesting, right? Like, you don't know whether someone's ever going to be able to figure that out or whether or not he's just going to keep cracking people.
Yeah.
You know, so it's part of the fun of watching it. I've talked to a lot of, like, real boxing purists. It's like, you can't rely on that style.
Right.
He's got to be busier. When he gets to the best guys, it's not going to work out. Like, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, because there's so many good guys.
The conversation truly ignited when Joe Rogan made a striking comparison, calling Gervonta "Tank" Davis a modern-day Mike Tyson, reimagined through the precision of modern sports science. Rogan painted the picture vividly, describing Tank as built to detonate, not just box, a fighter whose every muscle and movement now seemed designed for calculated destruction. His tone carried that trademark mix of admiration and excitement, the kind that makes listeners lean in. With a quick grin, Rogan couldn't resist tossing in a playful jab at Jake Paul. Asterisk, if Jake thinks this version of Tank is coming in to win on points, he's out of his mind. That guy's showing up to finish things early. It was the kind of offhand remark that said as much about Rogan's respect as it did his belief in Davis's transformation. You could sense the genuine appreciation in Rogan's words, not just for Tank's physical growth, but for the mindset behind it. He's always admired fighters who refuse to plateau, those who continue to evolve even after reaching the top. To Rogan, this version of Gervonta Davis represents that rare commitment to reinvention, a blend of strength, control, and intent honed for one purpose, dominance. As he wrapped up his thoughts, Rogan made it clear that what we're seeing isn't a simple upgrade or Tank 2.0. It's something far more formidable. With conviction in his voice, he summed it up perfectly, this isn't Tank Davis improved, this is Tank Davis unleashed.
You know, he got the skills, the power, he got that ring IQ to do good, but we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he's also wild. He's a wild fella, so he's fun to watch. You know, he's just a crazy dude. You know?
Yeah, coming from Baltimore, man, I think that's just his upbringing as well. You know, product of his own environment.
Yes, for sure. He's just so unique in his approach. Like, you know, he doesn't fight like anybody else.
When I say Tank is targeting the body with precision, I'm not talking about routine conditioning drills, I'm talking about a methodical breakdown, punch by punch. The strategy is designed to drain Jake Paul from the inside out, slow his pace, weaken his legs, and make every movement forward feel like he's wading through quicksand. Watch the training footage closely and it becomes clear, this isn't just a stronger or faster version of Gervonta Davis. It's a smarter, more tactical one. Under Calvin Ford's guidance, there's no room for reckless swings or wasted motion. Ford is crafting a blueprint, a structured, intelligent plan built on timing and control. Each body shot serves a specific purpose, to shrink Jake's reach, dull his power, and chip away at his confidence. Every feint, every angle, is a setup meant to occupy space and punish assumptions. This isn't brawling, it's precision warfare, a game of chess where Tank's speed and awareness turn chaos into control. The goal couldn't be clearer, dismantle the foundation before attacking the fortress. Break down the base, dominate the center, and make Jake's size work against him. Because once that rhythm collapses and fatigue takes hold, the physical advantages that once looked imposing suddenly become the biggest weaknesses in the ring.
Least serious you take Jake, and I've said this about everybody that's fought him, the ones that don't take him serious, the ones that say he's a YouTuber and everything else, they end up losing, or they end up looking like, oh, wait a second, this guy was a little better than I thought. They end up either getting taken by surprise or actually sometimes losing because they don't realize that Jake actually takes it serious. So this is good to hear. Just already right off the rip, they were already doing something.
Surprise. So tell me, when did you hear about this?
They've been going back and forth for years, Tank and Jake. They've been going at it for years, and it would have happened sooner, you know what I'm saying? But we have hiccups in life.
Tank's assault on the body isn't random punishment, it's a deliberate campaign to dismantle movement and morale. The objective is precise, drain Jake's legs and breathing so that advancing becomes a laborious, hesitant act instead of a confident push. Watch the drills and the pattern reveals itself. This isn't merely a bulked-up version of Davis. It's a fighter who's thought through every sequence and consequence. Calvin Ford isn't encouraging wild swings. He's directing a measured offensive with clear milestones. Every thudding shot to the midsection, every deceptive head movement, every subtle change of angle serves to shorten range, mute the jab, and bait the bigger man into compromising his posture. This is fast chess, tempo, spacing, and timing override brute force. Controlled aggression and positional discipline replace hair-trigger power as the decisive tools. The plan's endgame is both simple and inexorable. Make each inch of ground the opponent gains come at a cost, erode his stability over rounds, then exploit the breakdown with precise, fight-ending opportunities. When executed with consistency, size flips from advantage to encumbrance, and what once looked like dominance becomes the vulnerability that finishes the fight.
A guy that's targeting the body, and it's the best thing that Tank could do for this fight. I mean, trying to go headshot for headshot with Jake Paul when Jake's 7 inches taller than he is. I'm assuming he's going to have a bit of a reach, even though Tank has a kind of freakish reach for his height. I don't think that's a great idea. And again, you're at eye level with Jake's belly button damn near. So you're going to have to be able to land shots right there on the waistline. And it's probably the best idea if you actually want to knock Jake out in this fight, if you actually want a game plan, because again, it's an exhibition, but if you want a game plan to get him out of there, you have to attack.
You can already envision it, Tank driving hooks and uppercuts into the body, each strike cracking through the air like a whip. Every clean connection chips away at Jake's defense, pulling his guard lower with each exchange. As the rounds progress, Jake's movements start to look heavier, slower, more labored, and that's when momentum tilts decisively. The moment Tank lands flush, the rhythm of the fight shifts entirely, fatigue creeps in, reflexes dull, and the smallest gaps turn into glaring opportunities. What makes this scenario so compelling is the contrast between perception and reality. Many still dismiss the matchup as an exhibition, a high-profile spectacle designed for headlines. But the footage paints a far more serious picture. Tank isn't putting on a show, he's crafting a performance built on precision and intent. Every drill, every controlled exchange carries the weight of a title fight. Under the sharp eye of Calvin Ford, there's no tolerance for flash or shortcuts. Ford transforms pressure into structure, turning intensity into discipline. Together, they're refining a version of Tank that's calm, deliberate, and ruthlessly efficient. This isn't training for cameras or social media, it's the groundwork for a statement. A takeover without theatrics, driven by control and quiet conviction. And when the first bell sounds, all the confidence Jake wears like armor will be tested and stripped away under the light of real pressure.
Ridiculously hard for Tank to actually knock Jake out. That's like 70-pound difference, 60-pound difference. That means something. And Jake's not some guy that's never thrown punches. He's a relative novice when it comes to, skill level that Tank has, but still, he knows how to protect himself. And again, his body structure allows for some mistakes to happen that he wouldn't have to pay for like he would if he was 135 pounds. Point being, I would be impressed, if Tank knocked him out cold or dropped him with some, hurt him.